Hey guys, Adam here from sapphiregladecomics. It's been a while, and I'm glad to say that I've returned. I've been busy with a new job and getting used to a few things, and just been busy. But I did manage to read all my comics for this week, so it's time for me to do my new comic book day reviews. So, first up, we'll have the indie titles that I read. So the first one here is from Image. This is called The Cull by Kelly Thompson. And this is actually a pretty interesting book. I think it's going to be a super thriller comic. We'll see. And, well, supernatural. Yeah, I think it'll be a supernatural comic. Basically, it looks like this group of friends is getting together to go investigate something that one of their friends saw, and later it turns out that that friend's looking for someone they lost, and they believe this friend to be in this alternate reality. So it's a very interesting book, so I am definitely going to subscribe to it because it was a very interesting read and a fresh take on the supernatural aspect. Right. Next up is the Marvel books we read. The first book here is Spider-Man issue 11 by Dan Slott. Basically, this is the origin of Spider-Boy. We finally learn who Spider-Boy was. Honestly, I thought Spider-Boy was the fun, easygoing, carefree personality of Peter Parker that may have got separated when Peter Parker got stabbed with the dagger. Nope. Turns out he was genetically spliced with a spider, and he has the same assortment of powers, except his spider sense is a little bit different from everyone else's spider sense. I found it to be a good read, but not enough to get me interested in actually picking up Spider-Boy's solo title that's coming out next month, I think, or in 2 months. I'm not interested in picking it up. It's nice to have another Spider character, but this one's just not that interesting to me. But some people like it. And we also get Spider-Boy explains to him how Peter Parker was a mentor to him, and yeah, all sorts of fun stuff. So, yeah, Spider-Man. Next up is Darth Vader, Star Wars Darth Vader, issue 37 by Greg Pak, talking about dark droids. Another event series to take away from the main Star Wars story that was, it started out so strong, and then Star Wars just got dragged into a bunch of events to do something. I don't know. We don't need that many events for Star Wars, and it pulls away from who Darth Vader is. He lost his powers, now he's supercharged, basically Super Saiyan. He has to use a shield and a staff to monitor his power, to control his power, or he'll destroy everything. But he likes to destroy everything. He's Darth Vader. But, yeah, Star Wars just needs to stop with their events. They just finished the Crimson Reign event a while, like a month and a half ago. And before that, there was another event. Too many events. Takes away from the main story. So, I don't have much to say about this one. Alright, into our DC Comics. We are approaching the end of the Night Terrors event, which has been actually a surprisingly good event. It's been one of the better events. So, here we have Night Terrors Catwoman number 2. Basically, Catwoman is the vigilante of Gotham in this nightmare universe of hers, and she is to train the man who would become Batman, who would eventually fight the Joker for all eternity. And her sister is also one of the main vigilantes as well in this little nightmare sequence of hers. And it just kind of goes through the meaning of sacrifice. What if I start the war but I can't finish it? Stuff like that. It ties in pretty well to what's coming up next in DC. So this was good. This was a good 2-issue miniseries. Next up, we have Night Terrors Nightwing issue number 2. Here we have Nightwing breaking out of the Nightmare Arkham Asylum with Scarecrow. And basically what's happening here is we have a bunch of crazies, and Oracle Barbara Gordon has basically been transformed into a computer, as you can see on the cover here. And yeah, Nightwing has to face his worries, and he gets a taste of what it feels like to be Batman. So we'll see how that plays into the next Batman books coming out soon. So great read. I really enjoyed it. Another good 2-issue miniseries. Oh, these are upside down. Let me turn them up, right side up. Alright, here we have Night Terrors Punchline number 2. Punchline's nightmare is the toxic part of being a social media star, which is kind of how she got her start when she was Alexis K. She has a big following of people, and there's all sorts of crazy things that happen. Basically, it's quite the story. She goes through the comments, she goes into YouTube, and I think she went through an anonymous forum. Dear God, they were probably mentioning 4chan. Do not envy when you have to have a nightmare about 4chan. And she supposedly had killed Batgirl in her nightmare, but Batgirl's not dead. Batgirl is a computer and all the social media accounts that Punchline handles. So another great story. So we'll see what happens with Punchline in the future. Next, we have Night Terror Superman. Another great story where we have an invasion of nightmares here between Kara and Clark. And it's just crazy things happen in this book. We see the death of Kara's father again, and that's not how it had happened. And then Superman has the nightmare of not being good enough to save everyone in the universe, and he can't really save everyone in the universe, and that's kind of what his nightmare is telling him. But it was a great read, great 2-issue miniseries, and it actually will ties directly into the end of the Night Terrors event. So great read. Next, we have Night Terrors Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman's nightmare is a struggle of her knowing she's immortal, knowing she's a demigod, and she's a child of Zeus. So her fear shows her who she is in this nightmare. It turns out she really the nightmare tries to makes her believe that violence is the key to everything. Punching things makes her feel good, and all this horrible stuff. Being a ruthless ruler over humankind and the gods. Really great story, but of course her internal battle was losing what makes her human is her fear. So very good Wonder Woman 2-part story for the Night Terrors event. Then we go into the Vigil. The Vigil is a team of souped up supers, and basically this kind of gives us an idea of who this director is and who these people are and how they got their powers. FaZe, who's the main focus of this, kind of shows how her temporal ability works, her super strength, how she used to be a boxer and she basically killed her opponent. And we get to know more about who this Dr. Lightless is, and who this, and like I said, the director is a suspicious character as well. So the Vigil has been pretty good. I've been liking it, so I'm very interested to see where issue 5 will take us. And next up we have Batman White Knight Presents Generation Joker. This is book 4. Basically in the last book, the kids are trying to restore their father's drive that has his personality on it. And Dr. Freeze, who has experience with trying to live well beyond his years, tells the kids, like, you do not want to see the dark part of your father. And we got the Neo Joker in here trying to save Poison Ivy. We got Harley trying to protect her kids from seeing this darkness that their father, the Joker, aka Jack Napier, in this universe has in him. Just a super good, another great read. And there's a betrayal at the end. Who betrays who? You'll have to read to find out, or wait for this to come out in hardcover. And that leads us into our pick of the week. The pick of the week is going to go to Something is Killing the Children, issue 32. And this issue, all the feelings between Cecile, I think is her name, and Erica. And just how she really did not like Erica from the beginning, and how she should be dead, and there was just all sorts of emotions in this book. Erica has to make a determination. Does she want to recruit this child who has seen this duplicate type, and does she want to, or does she die? And it's been very interesting, but I kind of think that we're leading into the ending of Something Is Killing the Children. I think James Tynion does have an ending in the works for this series, and it's no surprise. It's been a long-running series. It's been a lot of hiatus, a lot of breaks, and what more can you do with the story after this one? Sure, you can do another monster, but then you're just rewriting issues 1 through 12 again. But still, the emotions seen in this book are something else, and it's quite interesting to see how God, I keep forgetting her name, but her name, the lady there on the cover, starts with C. Serica, I think, or Cecilia. I don't know. We'll just call her C for now. And the feelings that C has towards Erica is crazy, and C is it has been chosen to become the next dragon, because the current dragon of the House of Slaughter is sick. So we'll see how that plays out. So I found this story to be very good, and I look forward to issue 33 whenever that comes out. But anyways, guys, that is everything for my New Comic Book Day reviews. Stick by the channel. I'll be doing more comic book stuff, as well as for those of you that like anime stuff, I will be figuring out a way to do anime figure unboxings. And I might find that my anime figure unboxings and my manga and anime side of this channel do better than my comics, and if that's the case, then probably no more comic book content on here except for the omnibus and trade paperback reviews when I resume those later. But yeah, feel free to subscribe to the channel, guys. I would appreciate it. Give this video a like, it does help. And leave a comment down below. What did you read this week, and what are you looking forward to reading next week? And if you guys live in Virginia, there is Fairfax Comic-Con next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. I will be there selling comics. I will have regular covers for $1, variants for $2, and everything else has a price tag. So to give you an idea of how I sell my comics when I'm at shows real quick before I close out this video, this is considered a regular cover, so this would be $1 in my bin, and this is considered a variant cover, and this would be $2, except that's a regular cover second printing, so that would be $1, but a variant cover would be $2, and everything else like this would have a price tag on it. So yeah, if you guys want to, come down to Fairfax Comic-Con in Chantilly, Virginia next weekend. I am going to be selling there. I do not know my booth number. I will not know that till I'm there, but come on down to Fairfax Comic-Con in Virginia, Chantilly, Virginia, Dulles Expo Center. Show starts on Saturday, ends on Sunday. I'll leave a link down in the description below for you to check out. And I will also leave my Whatnot link down below as well, because I do go live on Whatnot occasionally, and I do $1 books, $2 books, $3 books. So swing on by, and I hope to see you guys on either avenue. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye.